Happy Monday, guys. I first of all always love when I have new clothes to sample out. I have to wear them for a bit so we can release them to you guys. But today we're going to talk about leadership. Leadership is an important skill, and you will be much more successful in your life if you take the time and the effort to develop your leadership skills. You have no idea when your next logical step in your journey is going to be for you to lead a company. Maybe you need to lead a department. Maybe you need to lead a team of individuals, be them athletes, professional, working folks, whatever it is. Maybe your next logical step is for you to lead your family in the right direction. Now, each of those particular areas will have some different sort of details of leadership. But I'm a big believer, guys, that the big, large fundamentals transfer over as far as leadership in this case. So it is very worth it for you as an artist, for you as a human being, to spend some time in working on that skill. So that's what we're going to cover this week as far as going over leadership and how you can be a better leader than you are today, because that's the only measure that you have to worry about. You don't have to compare yourself to some great leader of the past or whatever. You simply have to be a better leader than you were last week, last month, or the last time you had a leadership position. So we're going to go through that step by step. I'm going to share some of the things I've learned in my corporate career as well as my artistic career, and also some things I've learned from some big fancy schools about leadership and through martial arts and all that kind of stuff. So if you know anybody, just like the confidence series we did a while ago, if you know of anybody that can benefit from hearing some good information on how to develop your leadership, make sure you send this to them and that sort of thing. So the first lesson, we'll segment it out into step by step, but the first lesson on leadership, and this really goes above anything else, is you have to be a willing leader in order to be a good leader. What I mean is, we've all worked or been on teams with someone who absolutely doesn't want to lead. They tell you that, they tell the coaches that, they tell the bosses, the manager, I don't want to lead, I don't want to lead. And have you ever wondered why that person does that, right? You think, well, leadership, you get to make decisions. If you're in the corporate world, sometimes you get to make more money, all that kind of stuff. Those people who don't want to be leaders, they're not bad people, they're not defective. But what they're really saying is they don't want to take or accept responsibility. Because believe it or not, we're going to get into a lot more esoteric things. But the first thing about leadership is being a leader means taking responsibility. You are responsible for the end result of this project, this season, this whatever the case is. The numbers at the end of the quarterly for your team, for your company, all that kind of stuff. If you're the leader, you're responsible for that. And so you have to be willing to take responsibility first and foremost in order for you to be a good leader. Everything else doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you went to West Point. It doesn't matter if you had the best corporate leaders and mentors of your entire career. If you are not willing to take responsibility for other people, we all take responsibility for ourselves. If you're not willing to take responsibility for other people and the larger results, you can't be a leader. So as I start to put this together, start putting your mind around responsibility and be aware that you need to accept that in order to be a leader. Now, the good thing is that if you can get through this first lesson, taking responsibility, everything else is easier than after that. But the first lesson, you have to be a willing leader, which means you are willing to take responsibility for the overall success or failure of the thing or the team that you are leading. So this goes to the case, guys. We've all been in martial arts gyms. We have, it's not just about your instructors, your crew, or your black belt who's instructing you jiu-jitsu. We have advanced students who are leaders in jiu-jitsu, advanced students who are leaders in Muay Thai. And I hope that you are one of those already. If you're not one of those already, stay tuned, because you will be one of those. The thing about those folks who are leaders in your martial arts classes or your artistic classes, if you have a band, the person who's the leader of that band is not necessarily the most attractive person or the front person or the singer. It's the person who's willing to take responsibility. The person who's willing to take responsibility for the art, for the end result. So have a good day, guys. New clothes coming soon. Love you guys. Thank you for the support.